We go. Pausing the restream to myself. Unblind. Move this. Okay. I don't think I reached level 93 today, but I'm not super sure how far away that is. Do I need to mule off? No. Alright. Wrong thing. Probably about 2 hours, a little over 2 hours that I'll play today. But we'll see. Let me check something. Okay. Oh yeah, I have slower cast speed because I put on a +3 war cries to give me, since I don't have max find item, it added 5% to my find item, which is pretty big. So I might look out for another +3 war cries to get even more garbage on the floor. And then that way, if it's too much, like if the level is too high, I can always just take the weapon back off. Because I don't like when there's so much clutter on the floor that I can't see everything on the ground at the same time. Or once all the white items are picked up. Oops.
I am overburdened.
Razor bow. Alright, my eyes aren't doing too great today because they just thought they saw a purple item on the floor. So that's cool. I don't have purple items because I don't have any sort of loot filter.
Good to see you.
Ooh. If this had more magic find. So I'll take a screenshot so I can show people because I know there will be some people that are jealous. But it goes back on the floor. Because only 7 magic find. But fastest run walk with 2 well-rolled resistances is not a bad start for a boot. Fastest in this case is 30, not 40. Rares can't have 40. At least not in 1.07. Or I think anywhere. Crafted items and magic items can, and then some set items also have 40 run walk. That's what I'm wearing. What am I wearing? Natalia? Yeah. 40 run walk. So like realistically that one I threw on the floor is probably better. But 10 run walk is I care too much about the run walk. So that's that. But if it did have the better magic find, like if it was 25 or even probably higher than 20 magic find, then I would have kept it. I might have even put it on. Hmm. Perfect skull. Alright. One thing about 1.07 gem shrines is they prefer chipped diamonds if they're giving out a new gem and not upgrading one.
Greetings.
Damage reduced 25. Alright, I need to go spend some gold.
Good day.
What do you need?
Greetings.
Gamble? Let's see how my speed is today. Wrong type of glove. Heavy. Heavy. Heavy, heavy shark skin. I'm looking for vampire bone gloves. They're used for the base for the greater blood crafted recipe, along with Shea rune, which is relatively uncommon. Heavy, heavy, heavy. All right.
Good day.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, no. You gotta go. Come back.
I am overburdened. Not here.
It no longer says poop face. It says Batman.
I can't carry anymore.
What? This is at players 1, and I have lots of damage reduction. So, it has been a while since I died. It does still very occasionally happen. The main risk is going to be if they're like extra strong and might and fanaticism and curse. Which basically just means might and fanaticism because the other ones are pretty much given. And even then, usually I can just blindly whirl through like an idiot. Like from 90, I think I haven't died from 92 to 93 so far.
I am overburdened.
If I cared a lot about dying, then I would have different choices for my character.
Stay a while and listen.
Oh, you should see the boot that I threw on the ground. It was actually pretty good, and I was like, man, the magic find is too low, I won't use this. Let's see, I can pull it up. Where was it? Screenshot. But imagine wearing a boot that only has 7 magic find. So this one went back on the floor. I only took a picture of it because I knew people would be upset that it went back on the floor. Yeah, if the magic find had been like 20 or better, then I would have kept it. As is, it's probably better than what I'm wearing, but it has 10 less fast run walk, and so for that reason it's worse. And that's what I care about, is the fast run walk. So yeah, in the words of, was that band Lonely Island? I threw it on the ground. It's basically, you know, this guy's theme song. My boots, I wear Natalia's. They have 40 run walk. I could also wear Alders or Immortal King.
I am overburdened.
Fury
I
Visor.
can't carry anymore.
There it is. Yeah, the resistances was nice.
Good day.
But if all I care about is the resistances with 30 run walk, I probably have a boot in Classic that's better, and if I don't, then I will almost certainly find one by the time I find that ring I want. Conviction can be dangerous for me, but my lightning and cold resists are really overstacked, so it's usually not an issue. Now, one thing I've been thinking about lately, well, not really thinking about, one thing that I briefly considered lately
I am overburdened.
is, you know, the attack frames on Whirlwind. I actually don't know if they use the attack speed from my offhand weapon here. And so if they do, then I could really increase my damage output by swapping this for something with attack speed. But I would need something that was either rare or crafted to still have the amplify damage. Let's throw this on the floor. And I think it's likely that the attack speed is affected by offhand, but I don't know for sure. Oh, it's not ethereal. Where is the... there. Show Scourge. Uh, 326% enhanced damage. That's the highest I've rolled on a weapon so far of any base. And then the 40 attack speed was one of the affixes that was part of the craft roll. So that much damage with 40 attack speed built in. So far, it's the best I've had. So
Stay a while and listen.
I've stopped crafting scourges now. I'm using a berserker axe. Because I don't really see myself trying to improve this guy's gear slots too much. And so I'd rather try to find something for someone else. And Berserker Axe or Colossus Blade in general will be better options than Scourge. Which is actually a really bad choice, but I like it. In modern versions, like 1.14, the offhand matters quite a bit. So I don't know if that's the case here or not. Or at least on the attack speed calculators that I've seen. The attack speed calculator, which was coded in part by someone named Tub, who was on the testvideos.org forum back when it was still Nest Videos. And his avatar was a little dog. Like a cartoon dog. So there, pointless information. He was also on Speed Demos Archive. But for the most part, we weren't interested in the same game, so we didn't really interact much. I just saw his username attributed on it one time, and so I sent him a private message, and I was like, hey, is this you? And he was like, yeah. Oh, okay. Now I will never speak to you again. To Druid, to Grizzly.
Hail
Wow.
to you, champion.
That's crazy. Now I will never speak to you again. Unrelated to you being the person who helped code this. You have satisfied my curiosity. Have a nice life. Come back. I don't want to chase you. You'll mess up the AI of the other guys. Thank you. Grim Scythe.
I can't carry anymore.
I can't carry anymore. Well, there's a blood spirit and a griffin headdress and a coronet, so you're gonna figure out how to carry anymore. Oh, and we're gonna look. Cryptic axe? No? Oh, that's rare. That's why I picked it up. Blood spirit, griffin headdress. Alright, let's get rid of this garbage. Two to minimum damage, 8 to life. Not good enough. Cornet.
I am overburdened.
Nah. Alright.
Good day.
I wonder how long of a... I probably wouldn't do this, but how long of a sound clip can I use from a copyrighted song without it being a copyright violation? To have a... like a channel redeem of I threw it on the ground. Plus 2 minimum damage is not crazy. I'll show you. I think I've already shown you. Where is it? There you go. Plus 3 minimum damage, plus 20 life. There you go. Oops, it moved. That's crazy. That's a perfect roll. One of my best charms. Ah, Flawless Skull. We'll switch it for this one. What did I even just pick up? Yeah, the Grand Charms can get up to plus 11. The coolest minimum damage charm that I think I've had was, it said, what, plus 10 to 20 damage. Because it was 10 minimum damage, 20 maximum damage. which is a pretty neat charm. I think I have one, like my minimum damage charm set right now overall isn't very impressive. Come back. Battle Gauntlets. That'll be Mavina's Icy Clutch. Or something like that. Warhammer. Oh man, that would be a wild video. I identified 40k Warhammers. Boom. You now have cross content to two different groups of viewers. I'm sure there's like a 500% better way of saying what I just tried to say. No, no, y'all don't get to be here. When you were using Death's Web instead of Doom, did you use Enigma? Or did you use just like Tyraels or whatever it is that you normally wear? Because if the 12 mana after each kill is enough, then that gives me great hope for my potential 1.07 ring with hopefully lots of mana after each kill. Yeah, that would be like lifetimes of Warhammers. 3 to lightning. Oh. Nah, this one's no good. It's one of those like people who like to get mad at items would probably get mad at this one, but I think it's even too far away for that. Arathas. Enigma, oh, okay. Rhyme? That rune word one? Or spirit? Yeah, I know on, well, they got rid of this, but it used to be on Twitch you could, change the graphical setting, like, the resolution to update, like, unbuffer the stream. But they got rid of that. So I don't know if that would work here. Because I would get, like, behind on Twitch, and so then I'd just, like, you know, switch from 720 to 1080 and then back again. And then it would be unbuffered. In particular, whenever you first join a stream and it starts with, like, 3 minutes of ads, and so you come in buffered by 3 minutes, it's like, yeah, I don't think so. Oh, headhunters, yeah. Yeah, I forget that you wear that. Because it's like, I don't even think about that shield. Even though it's, you know, probably a good option. It's just not on my radar. Ort rune, nice. I get to craft my berserker axe. There it is.
Good day.
Good day. Alright, so Viper Barb becomes Doom Bite. No good. Unlucky. Let's do that. Yeah, the expected chance of good results is, unfortunately, like many other things in this game, basically astronomically low. I took astrophysics just so I could learn how rare items were in Diablo 2. Boom. You won't believe how many lifetimes of the universe heat death it would take to find this item. Pog emoji facial expression.
Yes.
Oh man. So, something that I see people do all the time is they look at an item and they're like, wow, this is a 1 in 74 quadrillion chance or whatever. Like, I should win the lottery. And then what they don't consider is like literally any item that they pick will have like that chance, right? And because this isn't even useful. And look at that. Wow, I found this and I just typed it in and it has whatever this number is, chance in dropping, and you can't see it, so I'm going to post it here. Look at that. Let's see, that's 1 in 4.6 trillion. I got this 1 in 4.6 trillion drop, man. Look at that. That's crazy. I should buy the lottery ticket. But I mean, you know, I'm not, that's all tongue in cheek. You know, people can be happy when they get something they like, obviously. And they should be happy, but it's still just kind of funny to me. It's like, well, yeah, you found this 1 in a million item, but there's like 100,000 different 1 in a million items that you're actually looking for, which gives you like a 1 in 1,000 chance of finding one of your 1 in a million items. Look at this guy taking all the fun out of finding cool stuff. What a jerk.
Yes.
Yeah, but some lottery numbers will never be winning numbers, too. Did you think of that? Actually, most lottery number combinations won't ever be a winning lottery number.
champion.
Yeah, same. That's why I watch YouTube shorts of animals and then try to ignore the fact that at least half of them will be AI. That's why I play builds that only use 3 buttons. Less thinking. All the thinking is done in advance
I can't carry
when
more.
picking out the items and gear stuff, skills. Anyway. Wow, I'm so talkative today. Naga.
I am overburdened.
What else? That's it.
Hello.
Anyway. Hello. Whoa. For a magic find. What? I thought that's... Oh, it did. I thought it said Grand Charm, and then when I grabbed it, I thought it said Grand Crown. I was like, no. But then it was a Grand Charm. Bamboozled by the same item twice.
Stay a while and listen.
Alright, I need to mule off. Cool items, please. Like a high rune or a well-rolled crafted item or 20 to all resists, 20 to maximum damage Grand Charm. Imagine. Oh yeah. Really bad clickery today, apparently. At least momentarily. Okay, muling off. Dumb best barb ever. I think I'm on T. Yeah. Okay, I need a jewel. What are these? Run, walk, and 4 magic find. Okay. And then that ring that I kind of wanted to throw on the ground, but it's like... I don't know. I didn't. So it'll be forgotten about and never used. Let's see, what did it do? Where's rings? Hello? There. 32 mana. Oh, that's probably why I kept it. 76 attack rating, 4 lifesteal, 38 gold find, and 10 cast speed. Also, I don't really have a good set of gold find gear. So, even though that's not, like, great, I could probably still use it if I were to make a gold find character.
Welcome to to the desert
Gamba. Show me heavy gloves, please. Yeah, the other, I guess, problem, at least in this version, with using Berserker Axe, is the durability is very low. And so you have to repair all the time. So that's a non-zero portion of the consideration for picking Scourge, but also I just really like the idea of Scourge being viable, even though it's kind of really not. More heavy gloves, please. Thank you. No. Shark skin. Heavy. Imagine actually using the multiple shot charges. You shoot 3 times and then repair your glove. Or however many times it is. That would be an interesting rework, but probably very few people would take advantage of it because it would still be tedious, is if they made charged items either have more charges or replenish their charges with time, like a replenish quantity or a self-repair. It's like replenishes, you know, 1 charge every 3 seconds. That would be neat. One more heavy glove, please. Heavy, 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 heavy. Thank you.
How may I help you?
It would also make like the teleport staff a lot simpler to use, and I think give more people willingness to use that option over Enigma. What did I pick up? Ancient sword. Weird. Pull rune. Is that a crafting rune? Maybe. Let me go check. Let's see. Warg. Control F. Pull. Alright, let's type it again because the page wasn't loaded. Alright, it is not a crafting rune. Alright. Oh, that's another, like, what, 1/8 of an Ist rune or something? Runes. 2, 4, 8. Yeah, I think it's 1/8 of an Ist rune. If I go Herodic Cube. Yes.
overburdened. Good to see you.
Or either 1/8 of an ist rune, or also just the 75% enhanced damage to demons is useful. Like if when I finish my Duriel Barbarian and get him running, if he needs more damage, then he'll probably get Pull runes in his weapon rather than Ist runes. I think the demon enhanced damage on a weapon counts as off weapon enhanced damage, so it would be additive with Whirlwind, and also it would apply to the damage charms in the inventory. So, can be pretty strong. Cedar bow. Two to sorceress, 10 to minimum damage. I think it's 2 to sorceress, ethereal self-repair, blue circlet, like magic, not graphic. Which is totally useless, but it's funny, so I kept it. Uh-oh. I just messed up everything. Okay. What a run. Come back. Okay. Sapphire.
I can't carry anymore.
Razor bow.
I can't carry anymore.
Well,
Good to see you.
5 to maximum damage, small charm. No good. Didn't need to do that. Okay.
Hello.
I asked Diablo 2 to drop me a high rune, and all I got was this pull. Wow. That was spooky. Chain gloves? I saw the CH and my peripheral vision thought it was a charm. No. Okay. Alpha helm. Okay. All right.
Hello.
Hello. Reeves. Okay. Oh, they're ethereal. And they're not self-repair. Oh, they are self-repair. What? Self-repair is at the top? That's crazy. Self-repair is at the top. Alright, enjoy your food.
Greetings.
I'll probably still be here if you come back from lunch. Ooh, large charm. You know, I haven't had a skiller in a while. I think I'm overdue for a skiller. Antlers.
I am overburdened. I am overburdened. Good day. Stay a while and listen. Greetings.
Hail,
Repair.
champion.
What do you
Gamble. Carnegie Helm. Imagine if that's how that was actually pronounced. It just needs one more letter.
Low.
Amazing. Infinity potions. Five. Wow.
Yes.
Hey, no, I have not played D2R. Um, just Legacy.
Stay a while and listen.
So right now I'm playing version 1.07. And I like playing the old versions and finding items that no longer exist. Or that only existed in one patch sometimes. Like a lot of the charms that I'm wearing. Actually, a lot of what I'm wearing at all. No Path of Exile. Years and years ago. So, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago. And several, maybe 3 computers ago, I tried Path of Exile. But when I launched it, like, I basically, my computer would freeze simply by loading the game. And so I was like, oh, alright. And then I never tried again. So I only play, Diablo 2 version, like old versions. I don't play any other ARPG. And for the most part, I don't even play other games. Right now, I have started playing Morrowind again on my own time, not as a stream game. What was I looking at? That Morrowind Total Overhaul with all the mods. It's like 619 mods, I think it has.
Good day.
And so I can show you, if you want, some of the items that I have that don't exist anymore. Or that should never have existed in the first place. So I'll look at one in particular, or maybe 2. So this charm, yeah, let's do this one. 11 to maximum damage on a small charm. Perfect roll would be 12, and I think the most you can get on a charm now is 4. And then this weapon has a prefix and a suffix, but it's not jeweler's, and it has 4 sockets. Larzuk can give too many sockets to items in 1.07. So it's that kind of stuff that I play for. Bone helm. So like if I took this character and loaded him into a newer version, it would still work. These items stay. Um, but you can't drop them anymore. So like version 1.07 was the only version where Larzak gives too many sockets to magic items, up to 4, and he gives 3 sockets to crafted items, if they're able to have 3 sockets. Um, and then like these charms, these affixes only exist, like the high damage and the high all resistances and the high single resistances. They only exist in version 1.07, which was a single player only. It was never live on Realm. It was just straight to 1.08. But like if I take these items and use them in 1.14, they do still work. Oops. So most of what I collect here is consumables. Here's another this type of item that's 1.07 only, and this is actually a bug. The Herodric Cube recipe to make rings with cold resists. So a sapphire, a thawing potion, and a ring. If it rolls triumphant, all of the cold resist that comes from the recipe turns into mana after each kill instead. And so this ring, for example, has a perfect roll of 37 to mana after each kill. And this does continue to work if I take it to a modern version. It would even work in D2R if I took it there. It doesn't like break or delete or anything. Let's see here. And so one of the items specifically that I'm looking for is every time I collect 1,000 sapphires, I roll that cube recipe. Because it's not limited to only generating magic items, it can also generate rare sets and uniques. And so I want a rare ring with 25 or more mana after each kill, casting speed, and magic find. So that's one of the items I'm specifically hunting for in 1.07.
What you need?
But a lot of these things, they were patched so that they, like,
Hello.
this belt has 40 faster run walk on it, but in later versions, when it drops, it only has 20 faster run walk, the Mavina's Tenet. And the magic, or the mana after each, the mana stolen is lower. Not everything is better. There are some items that are worse. And then the other big thing about 1.07 is the blood crafted recipes are bugged, so that if they roll lifesteal affix, then all of the lifesteal affix, all of the lifesteal from the bloodcraft recipe, and all of the life from the bloodcraft recipe becomes lifesteal instead. So here I have a 27% life stolen per hit glove. And the crafted items, any crafted item in 1.07 can get affixes that are supposed to be magic only. So in 1.8 and later, 1.08 and later, you can only get rare only affixes, not magic only. So in particular, a lot of 1.07 stuff was patched out, because this is the release version of the expansion, and the game wasn't finished yet. So from the time between when they like printed the CDs and shipped them out to stores to when they were available for sale on the store shelf, version 1.08 patch was already available. So like if you bought it on launch day and logged on to the Realm, you were already downloading a patch.
Good day.
So, no good. But I do a lot of Herodic Cube recipes, and then in general just searching for old items that got patched out. Here in 1.06 and 1.08 and 1.10a beta.
I can't.
And then the ultimate goal for the items that I'm finding is to make a really powerful hurricane only druid that just teleports around and picks up items without really having to kill stuff because the hurricane kills everything. So like this Barb and all his cool charms and items exist like 20 maximum damage, 118 attack rating. All of this is because I'm trying to make a druid. Oh, what did you have for lunch? You have to share. Yeah, that's it. Ah. Sorry, I heard a weird noise. It's my neighbor uses an electric leaf blower on the patio. Or the porch, I guess, since it's the front
I
door.
am overburdened.
You'll did you see the oh, I can't remember what it's called now, but it's like one of the probably earliest viral Omegle viral videos of like this guy that played piano, and he asked someone to email him a drumstick because they were eating chicken wings. But the original video was taken down and then re-uploaded later because it had like there were children in the Omegle videos, and apparently that's not allowed. So he had to take the video down and then blur out their faces and re-upload it. Chicken and mustard. Interesting. Like, it's just chicken with mustard on it? Seems like a weird... Imagine asking someone what they're eating and then telling them they're weird. Wow. I don't have to imagine. I just did. Hmm.
Oh, okay. I like my hot dog with mustard as the only condiment. That is my superior hot dog. If I have to pick a second condiment to add to it, pickle relish. Chili dogs are good too, but I eat those with a fork and a knife, or even a spoon. And I think a chili dog is kind of a different category than a hot dog. Why did I pick up Gothic plate? Alpha helm? Okay.
I am overburdened. Good day.
Hello? And now in general, I can't eat hot dogs, because most hot dogs have other added ingredients besides simply meat and a meat tube. And many of them have cornstarch or dextrose. And then also, you can't really find hot dog buns that are made from alternative flours. And even if you could, it would probably not, it would just be too different. You know, at the age of 34, my digestive system got hit with a big nerf. It's like we patched your stomach to make it so you can't eat half of the food in the grocery store. Congratulations.
I can't carry anymore.
That's fine. Get this one.
Hello.
Yeah, so I can't have anything. I mean, like, certainly the nutritional quality of my food has improved because I no longer can eat, like, you know, my meal was dinosaur chicken nuggets and nothing else. My meal was fried cheese sticks and nothing else. So those are no longer options for me. And like, I'm used to it now, so it's not really an issue for me. But it's still sometimes kind of annoying that like, oh hey, sorry, every single one of our, 93 different peanut butter and nut butter products
Good day.
all have added sugar. So therefore, you cannot eat them. It's like, oh, cool. Thanks. I guess I'll just never eat peanut butter again.
What do you need?
Greetings.
Which, since I can't really eat bread either, I guess it's not a huge loss. They do, actually, that's not entirely true. There is one peanut butter, like literally one, that I can have on the 8 feet of peanut butter shelving. there is one. I've gotten even like a lot more strict than I used to be with the foods. So now, like, if I was gonna try to order peanut butter online, or even, you know, anything really, I check to make sure that the products are produced in a dedicated facility. So like, for example, you can buy cheese from the deli counter
I can't carry anymore.
that was manufactured in the same facility, or that was processed in the same facility as wheat. And so I don't eat that cheese. And so a big one there is like nuts, like pistachios, cashews, stuff like that. A lot of it is processed in facilities that do wheat. Which I can't have. The green teddy bear. It's the peanut butter that I can have is like the Simple Truth brand. They have two different ones, and one says like natural and the other does not. And I don't remember which one is the one that I can have. Because one has sugar, like cane sugar, and the other does not have cane sugar. But the other issue that I have in general with the peanut butters that I can eat is they're like really sticky and goopy and not really made for eating with a spoon, because you'll like choke to death if you try to swallow a spoonful of that goopy peanut butter. So while it used to be one of my favorite foods, now I just don't eat it.
I am overburdened.
Warhammer. Oh, okay, let's grab that. Okay.
Hello.
And so, never mind. I think since you haven't been here before, you probably don't know at all. Like, what the hell is this guy even talking about? I cannot eat anything that is taxonomically a grass. So that's the Poaceae family. Well, what does that mean? Corn, wheat, oatmeal, rice, cane sugar. Let's see, barley. I think that's all the major ones. There's a few other things. Or anything derived from those products, like high fructose corn syrup, any grain alcohol, so like beer or whiskey, cornstarch, dextrose, almost any product that has added
Can't carry
sugar.
anymore.
Vinegar. I can have apple cider vinegar, but I cannot have white vinegar. Natural flavor. like 95% of the time. Natural flavor will be derived from that. So, like, I don't die if I eat those things, but it's, I get sad. I get lethargic and depressed. I get, diarrhea,
I can't carry
and I get, what's it called? In general, inflammation, in particular, flare-ups of eczema and tendinitis. So, like, you know, I don't die, but it's still really important for me to avoid those things. So that's why I don't eat peanut butter with cane sugar
Hail to
or
you, champion.
bread. What's this? Ancient armor. Elzix, show me the heavy gloves, please.
Hello.
Thank you. So it has been like 4 years since I ate dinosaur chicken nuggets. Shark skin, heavy. And here what I'm looking for him to sell me is vampire bone gloves, which I use as a crafting base. They could be racked, but I don't really have any rack runners. And actually, I don't know if they can be racked. They might count as like not wood. Or not metal, I mean. Vampire bone. Vampire bone. Nice. Oh, I need to mule off. Okay. This is a muling program called Atma 5. It's a Roman numeral V. And it turns your items into text files. Basically. And back again. So. It is my infinite stash. Be right back. I'm gonna get a drink. Oops. There is kind of a sort of ish benefit. I guess the silver lining on this cloud, in addition to just like, oh, well, you don't eat junk food anymore, or whatever, is Like, it's difficult for me to gain weight now. Like, I would have to eat a lot. Or, like, buy really expensive junk food. These gems, so all the gems are consumables in various different Herodic Cube recipes. And in some of the older versions, like 1.07, they can make items that are like overpowered. And so the emeralds I use to make rings that have extra poison resists, and the the topazes are used to make rings that have extra lightning resists. The sapphires are used for making mana after each kill rings. The diamonds and amethysts and skulls that are not flawless skulls are used for 1.10a making berserker axes, magic berserker axes with up to 5 sockets, which is like 3 more sockets than they should be able to get. And then the flawless skulls get turned into perfect skulls and will eventually be used to re-roll rare jewels in 1.08, where they can get 6 affixes instead of 4. And then the flawless amethysts will become perfect amethysts to be used for crafting caster rings. Or caster amulets, rather. Yeah, they're all just... they're consumables in crafting recipes, basically. Like yesterday, for example, instead of playing, I did a lot of muling and cubed topazes with rings to make rings that have too much lightning resist. Or lightning resist in addition to other things that you shouldn't be able to also get with the lightning resist kind of thing. And I still have a lot of topaz left. I have about 4 hours left of muling the topazes and then cubing them with the rings. Are you familiar at all with like the items in Diablo 2? If you are, then like the coolest item, or like I guess the most show-offable item to the general Diablo 2 population would be that I can get a Stone of Jordan that also has resists to a single element on it, ranging from 6 to 36. So that would be something that basically any viewer who plays Diablo 2 would see it and be like, that's not right. So a lot of these gems kind of go towards that kind of thing. Okay, yeah. Did you play the Warlock or something else? 2 martial arts. Ooh, well, less ooh than I thought at first. So 12 lightning resist when it should be a maximum of 11, but only 9 life. Let's see. I guess it's better than this one, technically. Slightly better. D3, D4. Ah, okay. Yeah, I haven't played Diablo 3 or 4 ever. I played a little bit of Diablo 1 when I was young, but
I am
I got
overburdened.
stuck, and instead of finishing the game, I watched my brother finish the game. So mostly I just play Diablo 2 and look for cool items. Hammerden. In classic, so like version 1.0, the blessed hammers, they don't only benefit from concentration, they also benefit from might and fanaticism. So if you had a party of 3 paladins and each one had a different aura, then your hammers would be, for that version, really strong. Oops. But there's no synergy, so the high-end damage would be a lot lower, but also monsters had less hit points. Like the most monsters in the River of Flame back then had like less than 1,000 hit points in hell. Did you play Diablo 3 and 4 a lot? Or you play occasionally for fun? Not that playing a lot isn't also fun, but, very different set of goals. Yeah. What's the maximum level? Is it 100 or... Yeah. Yeah, my brother likes to play Path of Exile, but he doesn't really have enough time to commit to it to actually to even beat the main storyline, I guess. So eventually he just gave up. All right, have a good day or evening. Ring.
I can't carry anymore.
I'll probably play about 30 more minutes.
Good to see you.
No. Okay. 4 magic find. I didn't even know that it's not a full release yet. I thought Path of Exile 2 was just like out. But I have seen, you know, the skill tree and how complex it is. Alright, so I can craft a ring. It's pretty rare. Don't get many Ko runes. So I'll go do that before I forget. I have to craft in the game. I don't have to. It's optimal to craft in the same game that the rune drops, because the item level of the rune is used as part of the crafting recipe. And when saving and exiting, the item level gets reset from, in this case, 90, which is the monster's level, to be 1 instead. So a level 90 rune gives better results than a level 1 rune. Six life steal, 7 cold resist, 115 attack rating, 26 life, 10 strength, 6 magic find. Interesting. Shows potential. Let's see, if this had gotten lifesteal affix, then it would have had a minimum of 35 lifesteal. That would be wild. But it didn't. So it's like usable, but not amazing, I would say.
Good day.
But if you're actually like, if you plan on getting into Diablo 2 and playing a lot, then don't trust what I say to throw back on the floor, because I throw or speak poorly of things that are actually pretty decent. I have a lot of good items, and so my standards are pretty high. Yeah, I guess it being out for a year already is why I didn't realize it's still early access. I just figured it was, you know, that's it, it's out.
I can't carry anymore. I am overburdened.
Let's see, circlet. Okay. There.
What do you need?
What do you need?
And then a lot of the, the items that I'm looking for, they're incredibly rare, requiring hundreds or thousands of hours to find each. So,
Good day.
like whenever I get a sapphire, um, the recipe that I'm using those on, the item that I'm trying to get, on average, I'll have to try it at least like 6,000 times to see the item I'm looking for. And over the course of, playing off and on for the last 5 years, I've done about 4,000 tries. In addition to, that's not the only item I'm looking for, so not all of my gameplay goes toward trying to find sapphires. But the goals here are very, very long term. And I didn't necessarily realize how long term when I first started. Like, I have definitely learned, things that are very rare are even more rare than I originally thought. But I would say in general, besides Diablo 2, the only game that I'm really knowledgeable in is going to be Super Mario World. Everything besides those two, I would say my knowledge would be at most casual.
Greetings.
And here I don't really know too much about PvP. I only know about killing monsters, and there basically I only know about it in older versions. And I lean toward very heavily towards gameplay that's low effort.
I can't carry anymore. Hello.
Yeah. A lot of the, like for Super Mario World, there is a lot of newer stuff that I'm not, super familiar with. Um, but still, I know more than most people. So I generally tend to play a few games a lot rather than a lot of games.
Good day.
Yeah, that one's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. 6 to maximum damage, 14 to life. If I didn't already have a good charm set, then this one would be great, but the last two Zelda games, so like Breath of the Wild. Yeah, I haven't probably haven't really played any games that came out in like the last, I don't know, 15 years. That's probably not 100% accurate, but in general, I just play the games that I played as a child. I still play as an adult. Like, I'll sometimes watch, like, there's probably 2 or 3, I would say, streamers that I watch irregularly, and they play new games sometimes. And I don't really watch Diablo 2 videos or streams. Like, I've watched some stuff about the Warlock just to see it, but I'm probably pretty much done watching now because I've seen it. Like right here, this past weekend, I installed Morrowind Total Overhaul so that I can do a playthrough of Morrowind with all the modernized fan content. But I'm like, I know some things in that game, but I'm not like an expert or anything.
Stay a while and listen.
Repair. Check for gloves.
Champion.
And I actually need to go spend some money.
Good day.
Oh, Dota. Okay. Yeah, I'm so bad. Well, I mean, I haven't played in forever, but even, well, I haven't played Dota 2 at all. I very briefly tried Dota when it was a Warcraft 3 mod, and I was so bad that I just played tower defense instead. I played like I actually thought this was fun. I played a Dota randomizer, where like all of your skills were random ones instead of the ones that's supposed to be for your guy. And I stopped playing that after I got made fun of too much, or not made fun of, like, you know, my team got legitimately mad at me because my guy, every one of his skills was like, I think they called it a nuke, where like it's a line of damage that you shoot at the enemies. So I had like 5 of those, and I couldn't really hit anything. Like my aim was just really bad. And so they're like, all your skills are wasted. You're such garbage and da da da. I was like, all right, Winter Mall X3 it is. How can you have 4 nukes and still 0 kills? I was like, well, because I'm like 12. Oh, I missed one. Okay, I need to just gamble circlets, apparently, because I missed another one. Circlets is just to get rid of money faster, basically. The gloves I actually have a use for. Circlets, in theory, could be good. The odds of it are so small that they won't be good, but they could. But yeah, so that was my experience with Dota. There was one game I played, like one of the matches in Dota that I did on the randomizer, where I was Golem. So like the big metal golem. And I think there's like 6 skills that you get, or 5, or however many. And all of them either did plus damage or plus move speed or both. And so by the time I reached like level 10 or whatever, I could outrun everyone on the enemy team and kill them all in one hit. Just like punch and they die.
I can't carry anymore.
So that was fun. But yeah, in general, you know, I'm really bad at having to press lots of buttons quickly and intelligently. So MOBA and RTS are not really for me. Amulet. Vidalis. And then if I try to watch it, like as an esport, like RTS I can do. I mean, I can watch, but MOBA, I just can't make sense of what's going on the screen. It's like, oh, there's 4 guys there, I guess, and lots of explosions and flashing, and, well, 3 people just ran away, and I have no idea what happened. No idea what any of those skills that went off were, who's even on which team. So I don't even watch them. I watch Brood War casts. Either ASL casted by Tastosis,
I can't carry anymore.
or I watch Artosis casts on YouTube.
Good day.
Not everything, but Some of, like, when I watch Brood War, that's what it is. I'll read that in a second. Probably gonna do like one more stash full of junk, so 20 to 30 minutes left. Depending on how quickly the junk accumulates. What's this? Oh, right. Two teams farming creeps for 40 minutes? Oh, so they don't even fight each other at level 1 anymore? Like, I know that used to be a huge... Well, maybe, I guess League of Legends and Dota 2 might be really different.
Hello.
Now, the other game that I've been watching a lot of casts of recently is Scrabble. But only particular casters. Some of them are really bad at explaining in a way that someone who doesn't, like, know all the 7-letter words can understand what's going on. And some casters are really good at pointing out everything, assuming that you know nothing. And so I find those pretty fun to watch lately. I don't know what CS... character screens maybe? Caster screens? Probably that.
Greetings.
I used to play Counter-Strike 1.6 a lot. Oh, League of Legends and Counter-Strike. Yeah. I don't watch casts. League of Legends, I have the same problem. I can't tell what's going on the screen. Counter-Strike, I can, but I don't know why. For some reason, I just don't find it nearly as fun to watch Counter-Strike. I used to play 1.6, and I played almost exclusively in a server that had custom maps to allow 32 spawns. And so instead of 5 versus 5 pub games, it was 16 versus 16 pub games. And I liked it better because it meant, on that map, basically whichever way that I go, I'm going to see an enemy or multiple enemies. So I'm never just going to run around and, oh, well, the round ended and I never saw anyone. Cool, I guess. It did make some maps extremely one-sided. In particular, Dust was extremely one-sided on a 16 versus 16, whereas I think it's a lot more balanced on 5 versus 5. Ah, Cryptic Axe. Let's see. It's ethereal. And I used to watch highlight videos. Those were fun, but like watching the actual match of Counter-Strike, I don't really get into it. And really, it's not like, oh, I don't like watching it. I've just never given it a chance. So I guess I don't really even know if I would like it for Counter-Strike. Tiara? Coronet. Okay. Should be everything. Yeah, I live in Texas. So it's about 5 p.m. Diadem.
I can't carry anymore.
What?
Stay a while and listen.
Hail to you, champion.
Greetings.
Is that baseball? Or football? I can't... I don't know. It seems hard to imagine someone from outside of the US would want to come here to watch American football. So probably baseball. Basketball. Oh, wow. That... I never would have guessed that. As you can tell, I don't really watch sports.
Hello.
I remember one time I was, years and years ago, I was out at a bar and I saw, they had the baseball up on the screen and I saw I just looked up and there was a play and there were 3 errors on the same play. I was like, oh, is this like the minor leagues or something? And one of the guys I was there with was like, are you serious? Yeah, I have no idea. This is the World Series. It's like the best 2 teams in the country. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I didn't know that was happening. And then the other, when the Astros won the World Series the first time, I don't even know if they won it a second time.
And listen.
I didn't even know the World Series was happening until Game 7 out of a possible 7. And I live in Houston. So, like, there were signs everywhere and stuff. Now, granted, at the time, I did work at night. But still, I was like, yeah, sports not on my radar. So you must really like basketball then. or you really like Boston.
I am overburdened. I can't carry anymore.
Yeah. I know. At least in the Little League World Series, there's other countries involved. But for the major leagues, it's just the United States, and I'm not sure. I think Canada might have like 2 teams or something, but I'm not sure.
I am overburdened.
So I guess
I can't
you like
carry anymore.
basketball, and so you just picked a random team and like, all right, that's my team. Is that how that happened?
Yes?
Or, oh, I think they have the coolest name. Mhm. Come back. Ort rune. Alright, I get to craft my weapon. Let's see what I win.
Good day.
Okay. That's actually I don't know. I'm just gonna guess Xbox. Alright, so Doombite becomes Pain Sunder. No good. Yeah, definitely no good. Oh well. In general, no good is the expectation as the result from a craft. I haven't owned many consoles. I had a Game Boy, a Super Nintendo, and let's see, a PlayStation 2, and then my brother had a GameCube that I didn't really play, and a Sega Genesis as well that I also didn't really play. Orange items are crafted, so this is a crafted item, the Storm Splitter Scourge. Gold, or I always thought it was brown, but apparently it's gold, is unique. Blue is magic, green is set, and yellow, which I don't have, is rare. So, War Javelin over here. Rare. So orange items come from Herodic Cube recipes, and they're crafted items. Not every item that comes from a Herodic Cube recipe will be orange, but every orange item came from a Herodic Cube. So. And in this, in 1.07, this version specifically, the crafted items have more affixes available than they should. So like modifications to what they do. And so they can be better in this version, at least in theory, than any other version. But the odds of actually hitting something really good are vanishingly small.
I can't carry anymore. Good to see you.
So that's partly why I craft some of the items here that I do. It's for a chance at something really overpowered. Or just like really cool and interesting.
What do you need?
What do you need?
Oh, you watched my backlog? That's crazy to me. Like, if you watch, like, without even knowing what's going on, it's wild. Orc rune. Alright, I craft my weapon again. Especially if you watch, like, my, the stuff like what I did yesterday, where it's just muling and Atma all day long. Watch me click and drag this item for 3 hours. Cool. But yeah, Path of Exile and Diablo 2 are really similar. One of the people on a Discord server I'm with that used to play Diablo 2 a lot has moved basically exclusively to Path of Exile. Painsunder becomes Glyph Mangler. 202% enhanced damage, 1 to barbarian skills. Yeah. 292 attack rating. This one's pretty decent. It's not amazing, but I guess the main drawback is it needs 35 more attack speed. This might actually be better than my other one. Let me see. I'll have to look. Let me look. Yeah, there's like one of the streamers that I watch. I pretty much only watch them because of their voice, combined with the fact that they basically never stop talking. So it's just background noise. That's not the stream. There is a YouTuber named Just Background Noise, and that's not who it is. Enns, ENNS. He's probably live right now on Twitch. What am I looking for? Maybe the one called Rare? Weapon. Axe. Oh. Yeah, okay. This is going to be tough to beat. 309 enhanced damage, 20 attack speed, and I just got 202 enhanced damage with no attack speed. Okay. Yeah, the one I already have is better. Unlucky. Yeah, I think that's pretty common. Most people who watch streams, they have it on as either the second monitor if they have two monitors, or like a background tab to just have someone talking or otherwise making noise in the background. I'm looking for Berserker Axe. That's fine. If I find another Ort rune, then I'll go search for Berserker Axe. Brand Charm.
I can't carry anymore. Good day.
No. There were a couple times when I was a substitute teacher that my students would complain my voice was putting them to sleep. Like, well, good luck, I guess.
Good to see you.
Yeah. Which one are you watching?
I can't carry anymore.
And there's a difference. Like, if you are watching it in bed, like, while you're going to sleep, I would say that's different than just like, oh no, I was like at work and I just fell asleep. Yeah. Yeah, that's different.
I can't carry anymore. I can't carry anymore.
Streamer, can you put more energy in your voice? I'm trying to stay awake. No, I cannot. Oh man, I don't even know what that is. That was years ago.
I am overburdened.
And there was a big gap of time somewhere in the middle where I didn't play for like a whole year. Oh, okay, yeah. So the very first parts, I talk a lot. And then, you know, there comes a point in that playthrough where like most of what needs to be said has already been explained, and so then I just start talking about like my day at work and what I ate, and my diet was very much not varied. And then eventually I even just like stopped talking at all for the most part. Or, you know, it's not all like video one. One of that playthrough has two main purposes. One, I guess, for me, and then one for the viewer. And for me, the purpose was just, you know, upload all gameplay no matter what, because, you know, people will watch just about anything. And then for the viewer who's following along, then they can see how long some of the stuff actually takes. Like, how long does it take to reach level 30? Because a lot of guides are just like, oh yeah, you know, just, you know, kill this boss over and over until you reach level 30. And then, you know, someone's in the comments like, hey, I've been killing this boss for months, and it's taken way longer than what you said. It's like, well, that's because you play for 30 minutes a week on Saturday night after your kids go to bed. So by posting 100% of the gameplay,
I am overburdened.
you can see like, oh, well, you're going to have to commit such and so many hours for this portion of your playthrough.
Good day.
So and some people like it, and like I said, people will watch just about anything. So cool, works for me. I watch some weird and pointless stuff myself. Alright, so I'll go gamble some of this money. Oh. So I will play Barb. Yeah, that's right.
What you need?
Yeah, and I think generally speaking, Barbarian is probably like the lowest barrier to entry for a new player in that version. But lately, I've been streaming most days, not necessarily every day. So I'll probably stream tomorrow. Not really sure what. And then, but I'm pretty close to done here. Once I spend some of this gold, that will be it for the day. I'll mule off first. But yeah, there's parts in there, like in that playthrough, I think. Yeah, it's been so long. I'm pretty sure there's videos where, like, I don't even say anything. Because it's like, oh, video 19 of killing Isual in normal for 20 minutes. It's not much to say. Alright. That'll be it then. I'll mule off and then call it for the day. So thank you for watching and thank you for chatting. And I hope you continue to enjoy my videos, even if, you know, I think a sleep aid is a great function. Sleep aid and or background noise at work. Both are really good, in my opinion, high value purposes for videos and streams. And then, like I said, I'll probably play tomorrow. And by play, I mean stream, but no guarantees.